Good evening, everybody. Welcome to join our European Study Talk tonight. European Study Talk includes a series of online and on-site sessions for Taiwanese audience and students to plan and prepare for your future study in Europe. And tonight, our first featured school is one of the top 100 universities in the worldwide ranking. That is University of Warwick. And it's our pleasure to invite Kayleigh, who is in charge of international admission. Also, Yuer serves as the Taiwan representative. Also, she's also one of the alumna of Warwick. Let's welcome them.
Thanks very much for joining me and Yuer today. We're really happy to be here and to speak to you. My name is Kayleigh and I'm a student recruitment officer here at the University of Warwick. And I'm going to talk to you today about Warwick, the university, and give you some advice on how to apply to the university and what it might like to be, be like to study with us here. I'm currently at the University of Warwick campus, and that's where I'm located. And also today I'm joined by Yuer, who's our lovely alumna, and she'll be introducing herself later when I finish my slides. Firstly, I want to tell you about the people that we have here at the University of Warwick. So we do have over 28,000 students, and they come here to study all sorts of different programs, and that might be at an undergraduate level or a postgraduate level, and they're from all over the world as well. So as you can see, we do have over 8,000 overseas students. So that's students who come from outside of the UK. And we are represented here by over 150 different nationalities. And I think that's a fantastic accolade for the university. And it really shows how diverse we are. And also it does really enrich your student experience because you get to meet people from all different backgrounds, different nationalities, different cultures. And we like to reflect that in the things we do as well. So it might just be from something small like our weekly food market that happens, and we have different food from around the world and students meet with their friends to have lunch, or it might be a bigger festival or a bigger event that happens to celebrate how diverse our student community is. And we've also got over 6,000 staff, and those staff are from all over the world as well. So where are we located? If you look on the map on the left side of this screen, you'll be able to see the purple dot, and that is the University of Warwick campus. So contrary to popular belief, we're not actually located in the town of Warwick. Warwick is actually a medieval town. It's a small town around 15 minutes away from the University of Warwick campus. The University of Warwick campus is actually situated in the southwest of a city called Coventry. So you may or may not have heard of Coventry. It's fine if you haven't. Coventry is actually the 10th biggest city in England, and it's a very student-orientated city. It's quite often ranked in the top 50 best student cities in the world. And we also share our city of Coventry with another university. So it's a very busy, student-orientated city with lots of shopping and nightlife and things to do and see there. And then also, as you can see, it's quite close to everything in the UK. You know, we are a small nation. And as you can see, it's very easy to get into Birmingham, which is England's second biggest city. And then you've got London just over an hour away. And it's really easily connected and you can get around via bus or train. So this is an aerial view of our campus. Our campus is over 700 acres in total. So it is like its own mini city, if you like. You've got everything you could possibly need on the campus. You don't really need to leave, although we would encourage you to leave every now and then if you're living on the campus. I'm going to talk you through some main points of the campus now so that you get a better feel for it. So let's start with the library. That's in the centre of the campus. It's like the focal point. Lots of students will obviously go there to do their research, get what books they need. But there's also some study areas there. and you can meet with friends and do group work as well. And we've also got our own beautiful art centre. I'm going to tell you a bit more about that in a minute. You've got the sports centre as well. So if you're into sports and keeping fit, we've got our own swimming pool, we've got a climbing wall, we've got a fitness centre, we've got tennis courts, squash courts, everything you can think of really. We've even got our own lakes and hotels. So if you have visitors, they can stay on campus. And here's some of our department buildings as well. So everything from engineering to maths, you can see where all the buildings are situated on our campus there. As you can see, we've also got a taxi and bus rank on the campus. You can buy a bus pass and that will take you all over the Midlands, and they're really affordable as well. Of course, to get around the campus itself, you can walk. I know I say it's 700 acres, but it's quite easy to walk around to the buildings you need to get to, or from your accommodation, for example. It's very easy to walk from the lakes there in the top corner into the centre. But we've also got accommodation at different points around the edges of the campus. And we've also got our own small on-campus supermarket, but not forgetting a small shopping centre as well, which is just off the campus, but that's got another 2 supermarkets available and some other shops as well, where you can pick up things like stationery or other things that you might need for your day-to-day life. So if you are thinking about living on campus, we do have a lot of on-campus accommodation available. This is for both undergraduate or postgraduate students. So it doesn't matter whether you'll be coming to us for a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, or even an MBA or a PhD, we have on-campus accommodation available. It's all self-catered, so you get a shared kitchen area where you'll meet your other housemates and you can do your cooking and you can relax with your friends, and then you'll have your own private bedroom. Then depending on what you choose, you might have your own private bathroom or you might have a shared bathroom. So there are different options available, and then this is reflected in the price that you pay. But in that price that you pay, you have your rent and of course your utility bills, your insurance, your Wi-Fi, all of that is all included when you're living on the campus. Next, let's look at off-campus accommodation. We do have some partnership providers for our postgraduate students, and these are very typically close by to the campus or in the city of Coventry. As you can see, you've got 3 different options available. They've got really good transport links via bus to the university campus. You can experience then living in the local community rather than just being on the campus all the time. And there's different let lengths available to meet your needs. It's completely up to you what you do. So there's different options. Have a look into them and see what would suit you better for your time studying here at the University of Warwick. Okay, moving on now to our rankings. We've got 6th, 8th and 9th, and this is in The Guardian, The Times and the Complete University Guide. And these are the major league tables that we use here in the UK. Then for our world rankings, we are 61st in the QS World University Rankings and 78th in the Times, and that's for 2022. This is a real good reflection of our reputation, and we're also only 56 years old. We're already competing with some of those universities that have been around for hundreds of years. So hopefully this gives you a good indication of our reputation and our teaching and research quality as well. If you didn't know what we teach here at the University of Warwick, it's not just maths. We have arts, we have science, engineering and medicine, and we have social sciences as well. And as you can see, these are our 3 faculties split into columns, and then you've got all the departments and the schools under there. So hopefully you can see a subject of interest to you. Our more popular subjects that students often apply for are business and management, statistics and maths, and also economics and engineering as well. But it really does depend, of course, on the student. We do have a lot of different programmes available. I just want to focus briefly on the Warwick Business School. We do have a triple accredited business school, and it's very highly ranked for many of its different programmes. So firstly, looking at undergraduate courses, if you're thinking about coming to Warwick For a bachelor's degree, we have many BSc, Bachelor of Science courses available, and you can see those on the left. So we've got accounting and finance. We've also got a BSc in international management, and we've got a BSc in management as well. You can see various rankings there for those courses on the slide itself. And then you can also see some details about the course. Moving on to our masters, these are our 1-year postgraduate taught programs. We have quite a variety available. So firstly, we've got our business masters. So you could do business with consulting, business with marketing, or you could even do business with operations management. Then we've also got international business, and we've got business analytics as well. Then in our management programs, we've got management of information systems and digital innovation, and we've also got marketing and strategy. And these are all different 1-year master's programs. Finally, in our finance courses, we've got finance, we've got accounting and finance, we've got finance and economics, we've got mathematical finance, and we've got business finance. So there really is something for everyone, and they've all got varying entry requirements. So if you've got a specific question about one of those, do let us know in the questions, and we'll answer that for you at the end. Finally, I've heard that we've got some people here today interested in the MBA. So I wanted to give you some information about that. We've got 3 different MBAs available. So it's the Executive MBA, firstly, which requires 4 years managerial experience, and that is ranked 6th in the world. We've also got a full-time MBA program. This requires 3 years postgraduate work experience, and that's ranked 1st in the UK and also 6th in the world. And then finally, you've got the distance learning MBA. So if you prefer to stay in your home country and only have to come to Warwick once or twice, you can do that. And that requires 4 years managerial experience. And that is actually ranked 1st in the world for online MBAs. Very briefly, our Department of Economics, I just wanted to show you what we have on offer. So you can see our undergraduate courses on the left there. You've got masters, again, 1-year postgraduate taught programs in the middle column. And then you've got some rankings there on the right. So economics at Warwick is ranked 2nd, and it's also QS, in the QS World rankings, it's 25th. Looking at our entry requirements, which is really important, it's going to be the most, the biggest factor basically for you getting in to study the course of your dreams at the University of Warwick. So firstly, for undergraduate students, we would be looking for either a foundation programme. We have our very own IFP here, our International Foundation Programme, that might be of interest to you. Or we would be looking for A-levels, or we would be looking for IB, or the AP from the American school system is also accepted. If you are looking to apply to us for postgraduate, we would be looking for a 4-year bachelor's course with a score of 75% or B from a well-ranked university. And you also need English language as well. A little about our employer rankings. I want to tell you that we are 32nd in the world for employer reputation. So when they see University of Warwick on your CV, they see that you did your undergraduate or your postgraduate degree here. It really can make you stand out against other applicants. We also have the 6th most targeted university by the UK's top 100 employers. So if you're thinking about staying and working in the UK, then this can really help you stand out against others. And finally, we have the 6th highest paid graduates in the UK 6 months after graduating. We have a fantastic careers team across the university. So not only do we help you with CV preparation, interview skills, just giving you advice on the types of jobs you might like to apply for, we also have lots of careers fairs. We have our very own app as well, and it has internships and placements and graduate schemes and vacancies advertised in there all the time for you to look at. It's to save you having to do loads of research on the internet. They've already put it in one single app for you. You'll probably already know about this, but just to reiterate about the graduate route visa that's available in the UK now, this is a fantastic opportunity for you as an international student to stay in the UK and work once you've graduated from your undergraduate or your postgraduate course. So all you need to do is successfully complete your degree, and then this will allow you to work in the UK for a period of 2 years. And it's much better than it used to be, in the sense that now there's no minimum salary that you have to meet. You can chop and change jobs if you want to, and you can just decide your own career path, basically. In terms of what you can expect when you're studying at the University of Warwick outside of your studies, so thinking about that social life and the extracurricular activities, we've got over 250 different student societies, and these are run by the Students' Union, and it's a fantastic way to meet other students who are like-minded and have similar interests to you. You've also got around 8,000 employment and volunteering opportunities on campus alone. So it might be more casual work, working in one of the cafes or in one of the restaurants or in the supermarket perhaps, but you could also be a student ambassador or a volunteer. And we've also got 65 different sports clubs that have 4,000 student members. So we have a very active and sporty student community. So everything from football to lacrosse. There's all different activities that you can take part in when you've got spare time. Here's some of those societies that I just mentioned. So you've got everything from the Warwick Comedy Society to the Warwick Politics Society and everything in between. And like I say, this is a great way to meet people, try something new, or carry on with something that you're really interested in already. This is our Warwick Art Centre that you can find on the centre of campus. It's a fantastic thing to have on your doorstep. So inside we've got an art gallery, we've got 3 new cinema screens, we've got 2 theatres and 1 studio as well. And you get discounted tickets to go and see performances here or to see things at the cinema. And it's just a fantastic thing to have right on your doorstep and perfectly easy to get to. I just wanted to highlight our brand new Faculty of Arts building as well, otherwise known as the Fab. As you can see, it's had a £57.5 million investment recently, and it's just opened this month. And that's also got its own cinema and screening rooms, but that's for our film studies students. You've also got a media lab for anyone studying creative industries and media. And you've got an events and exhibition space as well. So if you're interested in studying one of our arts programs, this is a fantastic place for you to have on campus. And as you can see, it's beautiful inside as well and has lots of open space for students to make use of. Right, coming to the end of my bit now, I wanted to give you some links, so feel free to take a picture of this slide. Firstly, you've got the virtual campus tour. It does say undergraduate there, but it's for absolutely anyone who's interested to see the campus. Of course, it's much more difficult to visit us at the moment, but if you would like to see the campus, it's a bit like Google Maps, and you can virtually look around the campus and all of its facilities and its buildings. And then finally, you've got a link there for our postgraduate open day recordings. This open day happened on Saturday, the 4th of December, so just the Saturday gone. And there's lots of recordings on there. You can hear from our current students. You can hear from our different academics and departments about their teaching, and they give you some advice about their courses. So that's a great place to look if you'd like some more specific information about studying at the University of Warwick. I just wanted to highlight our scholarships. So firstly, this is our Warwick Undergraduate Global Excellence Scholarship for 2022. Last year, we had over 1,500 applications for 250 scholarships, and we're anticipating quite a lot more this year. As you can see, there's a range of scholarships available from full fees down to £2,000 scholarships. And to be eligible, you just need to have an offer to study at the University of Warwick and for an undergraduate course, of course. And you can find out more details on the website there. Sorry, I thought I'd highlighted the postgraduate scholarships. So for postgraduate scholarships, you just need to go onto the website and there's a full list of different ones available. It depends on the subject you're interested in as to whether we do have any funding for you. So that's it from me. Again, my name's Kayleigh Buckingham-Pegg. It's been great to speak to you. You have my email there if you do have any further questions about the University of Warwick, or if you would like to get in touch for a one-to-one, I'm very happy to have a phone call or a video chat with you. That's completely fine with me. And I'm going to hand over to the wonderful Yuer now, who is not only the director of UK STAR in Taiwan, but she's also an alumna of the University of Warwick. So over to you, Yuer, and thank you all.
Okay, thank you, Kayleigh. Yeah, it's great to be here at European Study Talk and to share my work experience. Because the limit time, I will conduct my talk in Mandarin, so it will be the message will be more clear. 好，大家好哈，我是Warwick 的资深校友。那我是自2000年回国之后呢，就服务于阴阳留学顾问公司，担任就是 Warwick 在台的代表。那到现在已经有21年的历史了，所以其实对学校是非常熟悉，也有非常深厚的感情。所以在我们的服务呢，在针对学生方面呢，就是会协助学生如何准备文件，还有就是申请学校。那像同学遇到各种各式的疑难杂症问题，我们都可以协助解决。那针对学校方面呢，就是会安排老师来台湾访问，就安排说明会的活动或者是参访学校。那我们也是密切的跟同学会还有校友会合作，所以像举行新鲜说明会啊，还有一些校友不同科系的分享会，还有一些求职说明会。所以呢，如果大家对那个 Warwick 有任何的问题的话，都欢迎与我们联系。好，这边有我的联络资料。那再来就是介绍一下Warwick 的台湾的同学会。就是大家在想出国的时候，我想说，一定要多结交朋友，因为就这可以增广见闻。那刚刚 Kayleigh 有特别介绍，还蛮多的一些学校的社团组织。那台湾同学会其实也是Warwick 的社团组织之一，他们每年都固定会办这些活动，像迎新啊，还有职涯发展，像那个。今年的11月呢，他们才刚举行那个职涯的一个讲座，那特别会邀请了我们在英国留下来工作的校友分享他们在英国甚至在欧洲如何找工作，还有一些过年过节的时候也会安排一些聚餐，联系大家的感情。那因为有时候到那边其实大家都很想家，那透过这样子的聚会活动可以帮大家解乡愁。那在4月或5月的时候呢，会举行一个台湾的美食节，会把台湾的那个美食推广给学校的师生。那据我所知，几乎每年他们在推广的时候都受到非常非常大的欢迎。大家可以看到他们那个小吃节的做蛮多什么葱油饼啊、卤肉饭，所以大家都在那边会变得非常会煮一些美食。好，所以参加校友会呢，参加同学会呢，我想说，除了联谊感情之外，我觉得最重要就是你要互相帮忙，尤其是出门在外的时候，难免有时候会有一些紧急的情况发生，所以我想同学会是可以透过这个最直接的方式可以协助大家的。那接下来介绍一下那个校友会。华威大学的台湾校友会算是英国第一所英国大学在台湾内政部成立的一个社团组织。那目前也是最活跃、联谊活动最多的一个校友会。我们的第一任的那个校友会的会长是政大财政系的黄明胜教授。那经过几任的校友会的一些扎根，那现在毕业于学校经济系的那个元大银行乡里陈夏涵小姐。他接手之后呢，更积极就是举办各种联谊活动，像大家可以看到有一些攀岩活动啊、品酒啊、健行啊等等，甚至到跨校联谊的活动。所以我们Warwick 校友其实是非常密切的。那也透过我知道也有一些校友就透过这样子的一个联谊活动找到新的工作机会，或者是说他们在生意上有一些合作的partner 这样子。对，所以这些其实活动除了联系大家感情，也可以制造很多的一些其他方面的一些好处。那 Warwick 校友尤其是台湾这边的话，大家想说他们去哪边了哈？我想大家在选校的时候应该很重视毕业后的发展。那刚刚 Kayleigh 有特别分享一下 Warwick， 其实他在那个排名在业界的那个排名其实都还蛮高的。所以我们不管是在学术界、在业界，其实都受到 相当的好评，尤其是在学术界，我相信大家可能在大学的时候会碰到 Warwick 毕业的校友在学校当教授，那也因为他的关系推荐特别到 Warwick 就读的也还蛮多这样子的一个推荐哈。那我们在学术界尤其是在那个商学部分，因为Warwick商学排名其实是非常强的，像我们现在在台大的管学院的副院长，还有继 EMBA 执行长谢文慧老师，那政治大学算是 Warwick 毕业校友还蛮多，在政治大学担任教授的，所以像财政系啊、经济系啊、企管甚至国际等等，都有Warwick 校友在那边任职。那除了商学院之外呢，我们也有一部分的校友，比如说像毕业法律系的校友王小丹老师，他现在是政大法学院的副院长。那国立中兴大学财经法学院的创系系主任高玉泉教授也是我们华威大学法律系毕业的校友。那除此之外，还有毕业于那个政治系的洪敬富老师，他现在是成功大学的政治系的系主任，那也是之前的成功大学的学务长。那另外还有毕业于那个英国文学的陈嘉焕老师，他是现在在台北教育大学的儿童英语教育学系，所以还蛮多他非常非常热心哈，然后也很多他自己的学生推荐到 Warwick 甚至到英国去做留学。那我们还有念戏剧教育的一个非常知名的老师叫张丽玉，他现在服务于台南大学的戏剧创作应用学系。所以 Warwick 不是只有商学有名，其实在各个领域都还蛮知名的，而且评价都非常的高。那在这边也有我们在银行界也有还蛮多的校友吼。那除此之外，在顾问公司，像 KPMG、Boston Consulting， 其实这些都是非常大的顾问公司，都有 Warwick 校友在这边任职。那像我列的第一个 Ipsos， 他是的研究总监是陈薇如小姐，她是就是 Ipsos 的研究总监是 Warwick 校友，所以她非常非常积极，也是会把一些工作机会分享给校友。像我刚刚就有接到他的讯息说，现在有没有校友可以去他们那边上班？对，所以我觉得这个 Warwick networking 其实是蛮强的。那另外部分呢，就是在就是高科技公司也还蛮多的，像 Amazon、Google， 我们就有一个很杰出的校友在美国的 Google 工作。那像我知道也有在那个爱尔兰 Facebook， 现在应该改名叫 Mega， 那边也有2位校友在那边担任。那在英国就更多了，那也有在法国或是德国，其实都还蛮多Warwick 校友，应该算是遍布全世界这样子，而且都是我们台湾的毕业校友。那另外一群呢，就是最后一部分的人是属于创业的，像我这边给大家举的例子，就是最后靠右边2位Veronica， 就是这位漂亮的小姐，还有 Jack， 这2位都非常年轻哈。他们其实在学校的时候呢，就是利用就是与学校的那个透过学校的产学育成中心，就有点像我们台湾所谓的孵蛋计划，那顺利拿到的创业签证，也顺利在英国创业。所以目前呢，而且他们现在公司其实都非常就是要走往 global 方向，所以走得非常成功。就是这些校友是很年轻，也非常杰出。那也因为时间的关系，我就不再特别做介绍。因为像这边的话，左边的图我们还有就是左边的图第2位，要特别介绍这位校友，他叫 David 高，就是拿Warwick 那个牌子那位校友。这位你一定要认识他，因为他是 Warwick 的毕业校友，他是在英国的一个企业家非常非常知名。他现在是那个英国台商会的前会长，那也是欧洲与台湾青商会的荣誉会长，那也是在英国就是有当地方议员，任职于现在的捷鼎公司的全球执行长 与英国政府的居靠的营运长，所以他头衔非常大那我觉得他也很热心，几乎每年如果有机会回台，他会参加校友会，或者是说甚至在英国回到那个学校里面去跟各位分享一下现在的职场，还有就是说在 global 你要怎么去找工作，所以是一个非常非常热心的一个校友也非常非常杰出。那最后呢，就是也希望就是大家可以跟他们一样，就是成为 Warwick 的一员，经过学校的就是多多利用学校的一些丰富资源，然后强化你的专业与人脉，就像我们今天的主题一样，开创属于你自己的未来。好，那我今天的分享就到这边，谢谢。那如果各位同学如果有什么问题的话，可以写在留言在聊天室，或者是可以写英文或者中文，应该都可以。
是我这边建议同学写在 Q&A， 因为 chat 的话，你的问题如果被回答，其他的观众是看不到的，所以请大家帮我们留言在 Q&A 的部分。Alright, so thank you, Kayleigh, and thank you, Yuer, to sharing information of University of Warwick. Of course, we have an overview of the school and university, and then what does the campus look like, what will be the program, what will be the opportunity for our student here. So let's welcome questions from our audience. First of all, I think this question can go to Kayleigh. What will be the preferred qualification when either the program or the school in general to select the student, or when they are evaluating students' applicants' profile or application?
So when the admissions officers look at an application, generally the first and most important thing is the entry requirements. They need to meet the entry requirements and sometimes exceed the entry requirements. It really depends on the students who have applied for that same course. Some are much more competitive than others. For example, in the business school, they quite often get 10 applications per one place. So it's a good idea to really aim as high as possible when you're going for your either your school scores or your degree scores. And then the next thing that they generally would be looking at is the personal statement. So they would like to know where your interest for the subject comes from, your motivation for the subject, any relevant extracurricular activities, or perhaps some work experience, if you have it, can really strengthen an application. And then other than that, they'll be looking at your reference as well. So for undergraduate students, generally we're looking at a teacher's reference, and for postgraduate students, we're looking at a reference from a professor. But if you have been working for a little while, we'll also welcome an employer's reference as well. So it is everything that they look at, but that's generally the order that they'll look at things.
So I believe most people are interested in the business discipline. Does the programs, for example, the master program in any business matters or business subjects require relevant background back in college, or do they have, does it require to, does the applicant has to have any, say, business or management diploma in the university in order to apply for master program?
So it depends on the course that they're applying to. Earlier I mentioned there was some specific business programs like business with marketing, business with operations management. Generally, if it starts with business at Warwick, we do welcome different backgrounds. They don't have to have specific knowledge of that subject. They might come from engineering, they might come from English, we get quite a number of different backgrounds. But if they want to apply for something like accounting and finance, then of course they need some background in finance or a strong maths background. And also for something like business analytics, they'll need some background, or marketing and strategy. Again, we ask for some background in that subject. So it does depend on the course. It depends on the department as well, because we do have an e-business course, for example, in WMG, which is another department at the university. They look at their applicants a lot more holistically, and sometimes don't necessarily need a background in the subject.
Mhm.
The best thing to do is either get in contact with us, either me or get in contact with Yuer, and we can check for you. But also the website has all the detailed entry requirements and whether they need specific knowledge in that subject.
So next questions. That's since also we mentioned some campus life there. What would be the general living cost around Warwick?
So generally for an international student, for 1 year, we would say to budget around £12,000. I'm not sure if Yuer can help me with the equivalent in your currency, if that would be helpful. But yeah, we would say £12,000, and that would be to include your accommodation, your socialising, any travel you need to do around the country. That should cover everything, really. That's what we would recommend.
Yeah, it's around I think like 600 like 60万，大概60万新台币。对，那要看宿舍住，我觉得主要差别应该是宿舍。有些学生想要住更好的话，那可能住宿费会稍微高一点，那你的budget 就要稍微调高。不过至少像刚刚Kayleigh 讲说12000英镑其实是够的。
Kayleigh also mentioned the scholarship for either undergraduate or postgraduate students. Could you probably elaborate more about this, since like people might be so interested? For example, how many quotas each year to be given this scholarship? What will be the general amount of the scholarship?
Yeah, so there's different scholarship amounts depending on the department. So for example, the Warwick Business School has some excellent scholarships available. Generally, they're for between 10% up to 50% of the tuition fees. That's quite similar across the board, actually. So WMG, the department I just mentioned, also has excellent scholarships. It really varies, the amount varies dependent on the department. Some departments, unfortunately, don't have any funding available. It really depends on the course that you are applying to. Again, feel free to drop us a message or an email. If you're struggling to find the information on the website, then we can direct you and let you know what scholarships you might be able to apply for. But generally, you need to apply for the course first, and then you can be considered for the scholarships.
What would be the academic requirement? For example, say applicants' GPA back in college, what would be the general level they should have in order to get accepted more easily?
Is that for a scholarship or just in
for general application? In order,
Okay.
it's a for master program. Does there as a GPA of a student is important when they are applying for a master program?
So it really depends, again, on the course that they're applying to, how many applicants they've already had for that course. But generally, we accept what we call in the UK a 2-1, and the equivalent of that, I believe, is around 75% or a B from a well-ranked university. I'm not sure if Yuer wants to add anything to that.
I would say probably they should check, first of all, on Warwick's website. Which program are you interested? What will be the requirement for each department or each program, since every would vary slightly different. So it's better to say that, do the research first. So I think it's better for Kayleigh to answer your questions. Otherwise, it's too general. So it's like different department may vary on their selection criteria. So Kayleigh, what is a application based on a first come first served basis, or all the application will be evaluated after a deadline?
So for postgraduate, generally applications are reviewed on a rolling basis. So it would be kind of first come first serve, and these courses can fill up if you don't apply earlier. But the actual deadline isn't until the 31st of July 2022 if you're looking to study next year.
Right.
So there's no rush, but generally like the bulk of applications come in the spring, so it's quite a good idea if you can get it in. Perhaps if you haven't already, perhaps try and get it in early 2022 if you're thinking about study for 2022. And then if you're a school student looking for undergraduate, then you need to apply before January the 29th, 2022. And that's via UCAS.
So can we say that the earlier they apply, the higher chance they may get accepted?
Yeah, basically.
Is there any program in Warwick that's designed for entrepreneurship?
I think I would probably recommend one of our WMG programs. So within e-business, they do actually have a specialism around entrepreneurship. And for your dissertation, the project at the end, you can really focus it on entrepreneurship if you want. And they have a lot of help and links within the industry as well that they invite in to meet students and give them advice on setting up their own business, or there might be success stories. So probably I would actually recommend the WMG program for e-business for that. Yuer might also have a recommendation that she talks about.
Yeah, I just send a link for the innovation and entrepreneurship program. Yeah,
You can find information on
to the list.
executive program. Does all the program require internship or any like project related experience when they are studying?
So it depends on the course that they're doing. I would say for master's students, there's not a lot of time to be doing kind of placements because obviously your main focus is your studies. But for example, in the business school, there is a module that you can do, which is called the Business in Practice module, and it gives students a chance to, they work on like a case study, they'll have a team and it simulates a business and they have to come up with a solution for a problem. So that's quite a popular module that students do. But we can help you with our careers team, we can help you to find short-term internships if that's what you're interested to do. You just have to find a way of fitting that around your studies, basically.
And it's not mandatory in all programs.
No, not at all. It's just an option if you'd like to.
Of course, if you can manage all your courses already in the school.
Yes, exactly.
Extra time for
I'm
that.
just going to share my email as well for everyone in the chat. And I think you might like to as well. So if you've got any questions in the future, do feel free to contact either of us.
All right. The last questions. We have audience is wondering what would be the difference between medical biotechnology and business management and healthcare operational management, if you could answer that. For example, what will be the background requirement or what will be the course designed for?
I think personally that's quite a specific question. I'd have to have a look into the courses and the entry requirements to be able to answer that properly. But if you want to drop us an email, we can find out the main differences.
I would say this is quite specific. So I would suggest this audience, Ms. Chen, I would say you can probably mention your background, like what would be those interest part of both program to you. And I think Kayleigh it's better for Kayleigh to give you suggestions on the differences or some guideline, which one to choose. So I think that's all we have for tonight's session. And also Kayleigh has her email here. Also Yuer has her email and mine here for you to contact her further. If you are now preparing for your application to Warwick, please feel free to contact both of them. All right, so let's goodbye from Kayleigh and Yuer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for organizing and thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you
and everybody, and thank you, Jay, and thank you, Kayleigh.
And hopefully we can have some more students to join our Alumni Society of Taiwanese people.
Yeah, next
year.
Yeah, next year. Yeah, looking forward.
Of course. We should have a good day here.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good evening. Bye.
Bye.